Hello everyone. This is long overdue. I've been thinking about all of you for probably a week or so now, and life has been very busy, and just could not quite make it out here to give you and this the time and attention that it deserves. And as you know, if I can't do it correctly, I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to wait till the timing's right. And even my husband was like, you've been saying and saying you want to do this meditation. I'm like, I know, but the timing's got to be right. The timing's just not right. The timing's not right. I have too many other things on my plate, basically. So this afternoon, something shifted and I could just feel it. I was like, I'm going to do this evening after dinner. And he's like, okay, go. So we had dinner and here I am. And I'm very happy to be in this special place and time with you right now. I did do this meditation on my own, and that seems to be something a little bit newer, where I'm kind of asked to go in and to experience it. And I don't know if there's kinks to work out, but if there were, I guess that's what I'm doing. But I really felt good after doing this, and I like this meditation because there's attributes of it that I've been able to incorporate just into my daily life, where I'm like, oh, I can do that real quick. And I think that will make more sense when we're at the end instead of the beginning. So, and it's evening here, so you may hear my sheep that are across the road just a little bit. They're used to going in with our guardian dog at night, and so they're waiting for my husband to take them, but this was the priority this evening, so they're gonna have to wait just a little bit, but they're in a very safe spot. So no worries. So without further ado, if you can get into a comfortable position, you may want to sit or lay down. That's usually what most people prefer. I don't feel like the first time doing this, you could do this as a walking, doing meditation, but I think there are definitely times that you'll be able to do that once you've done the meditation once or twice, perhaps sitting or laying. I think the impact is pretty great the first time, but the helpfulness of it is there. So let's take a couple deep cleansing breaths. Deep breath in, belly out, exhale, deep breath in, belly out, exhale, deep breath in, belly out, exhale. Have your belly go down, down, down. One more time, deep breath in, belly out, and then exhale. Have your belly go down. And let's continue our deep breathing, but right now I want you to imagine a grounding cord coming from your root chakra. This is a golden cord or thread or rope that comes from your root chakra and anchors you into the ground. And I want you to continue to breathe deep in, belly out, and just imagine that grounding cord coming from your root chakra, extending down into the earth and branching out like the roots of a tree. Remember your breath. And let's do a few deep breaths just in that. Really ground into the earth. One more deep breath. Now I want you to imagine your crown chakra is opening, and we're going to bring in and welcome source, light, and energy. We welcome in source, our guides, our angels, our ancestors, aliens, animals, anyone and everyone for our highest good, for our highest timeline. And just let that source energy come through you. You'll feel it going through all of your chakras and exiting through your grounding cord. And as you feel that energy flowing through your body, remember your breathing. Deep breath in, belly going out, out, out. And then exhale, belly coming in. And again. And now that you're nice and relaxed, we're safe and protected, we're grounded, I want you to imagine a doorway in front of you. Some of you are going to have very different doors just depending on you, and that's beautiful and it's okay. You may have a large, what would be called a front door, a storm door. You might have a little hobbit door. You might have a bedroom door, or the doorway to an attic, or to a basement. Maybe a doorway to under a staircase. But however your doorway appears, it's yours. And on the count of 3, we're going to step through this door. Take another deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Open your door and step through the threshold. And you're going to come into a room. And this room is going to be appealing to you. There's many of you that just see a white room with a chair, and that's what your inner self is saying you need for this experience. Others of you are seeing like a cozy cottage with a fireplace and a comfy chair. Some of you are seeing more of a doctor's office experience, or maybe a dentist type chair in a room. There's varying experiences for each of us depending on where we're at and what we need on our journey. So I want you to come to your chair in this room and sit down. And as you are sitting here now, I want you to start to think about the things that you have just put off that are bothering you. Little things that you just are literally going to reach into your brain, and we're going to pick them out. It may be a bill you can't pay. Pick it out. Put it down. Toss it away. It may be a relationship issue. Pick it up. Take it out. Put it away. It could be a boss or coworker that you're having problems with. Pick it up. Take it out. Put it away. It could be a problem that you can't figure out, something you're making or creating that you just can't get it quite right the way that you want it. Pick that out and put it away. It may be something self-esteem wise or lack wise. Maybe you're worried about your weight or your hair or your skin. pick that thought out, take it out, and put it away. And some of us are physically doing this in the moment. We're actually touching our heads and doing it. And some of you are just figuratively doing it. And either is okay and either is beautiful. It's whatever you need. I'm going to give you a few more moments to continue to take some deep breaths and come up with any of your own troubles or issues, these things that are just nagging at you, these problems, these concerns. Pick them out, take them away. Okay? So let's take a few minutes so that we can each do that. Remember to breathe as you're doing this. Just pick each and every thought that is something that is disturbing you, bothering you. You are feeling lack. Any of those, that area of feelings. Take those thoughts and literally pull them from your head. And as you've assembled these thoughts on a table or perhaps a cart next to you, they're there. And I want you to imagine someone else has walked into the room with you. And you realize this is a future self. And this future self is embodying all the things that you desire. So, for example, if you've been worrying about your weight or your hair or your skin, they are you personified. They have solved these. They're your ideal weight. Your hair is the way it needs to look or you want it to look. Your skin is radiating. If you're having self-esteem problems, their confidence is there, their self-love is there. All of the things that you are wanting are there in this person in front of you. If it's finances, this person is, there's no lack, there's not this crumpled body, this sense of worry about them. Will things work out? They confidently know, they feel the money in their bank account. They know it's there. They know their bills are paid on time and taken care of. The same is with their relationships. If there's a problem with the boss, they fixed the problem. Maybe they found a new job. Maybe they made their own business. If the problem was with a partner, perhaps they fixed the problem with the partner. Or they decided to leave the relationship. But regardless, think of all the things that you took out that are sitting next to you. And then know and understand in this future self person sitting directly in front of you that they are embodying everything you want and desire. And this is you not very far away. Feel their peace. Feel the surrender, their energy. Tap into that. And they're going to tell you that most of those things are unimportant. that we usually worry about these things and then figure out they weren't that big of a deal? Or they were just for the best? And only you know if this future self is a month from now, 6 months from now, a year, 5 years. But have a conversation with them. Feel them. They want to talk to you. They want you to know everything you want and desire is right there. They're experiencing it. You need to know it's right here. And you can energetically connect to them through your higher self, through this moment. And they want to start to fill you up. They want to fill you up with confidence. They want to fill you up with that self-love of knowing your physical appearance is going to be the exact way that you want it to be. Or maybe more so what you need it to be, what you're asking for it to be. They want you to know that your relationships are helping you grow and helping you grow in ways that are so beautiful. They want to fill you up and know that the answers are right there. They're inside of you because time doesn't really exist. You are that person and this person all in the same moment. And they're going to do something now. They're going to literally sit on top of you. And this may feel a bit odd, but they want you to feel their energy. Feel that future self energy. Feel their vibration and know what you're connecting to, what you need to connect with to solve all of those things that are bothering you now. So on the count of 3, they're going to sit on you, with you, in you, and integrate so that you can feel that. This is not something to be afraid of. Nothing is taking you over. They're just simply you integrating with you. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Feel their energy. Feel their love for you in this moment because they've been you in this moment. All the love, all the compassion that they have for you. It's very similar to when you connect to your higher self. Feel that energy. Remember your breath. Deep breath in. For some of you, this is a bit overwhelming. Try to breathe deeply. Now on the count of 3, they're going to depart from you. But you'll still vibrate very similar to where they are at now. It's going to be a very rejuvenating type feeling. 1, 2, 3. And as they step out, you can feel that separation, and yet you can still feel your own body and cells vibrating like theirs were. And all of that pile next to you is disintegrating slowly because you know you are going to find or work through any of those issues, and they're really not important, or they're shaping you in new and beautiful ways. I want you to just take a few minutes and enjoy that feeling. Feel this vibration. Feel this energy. Breathe into it. Such a beautiful moment. And now they're going to depart out the doorway. And as we're sitting here basking in this energy, this contentment of life is actually perfect right now. Those worries, those problems, they're just not bothering us like they were. We know the universe is taking care of us. We know our higher self is taking care of us. And even our future self is confirmation of how wonderful and amazing and awesome we are, and we come through this just fine. It's beautiful. Now, I want you to imagine yourself getting up from this chair and walking to the door and stepping through your door, however it looked at the beginning. For some of you, it's changed. The color has changed, or the shape has changed. Perhaps what it's made of has changed because you have changed. That's beautiful. We're going to get up and walk through this door. You open the door, and you step through the threshold, and you see yourself, your body, where you've left it, and it's safe, and it's ready for you to come back into it. And as always, give this body, this vessel, appreciation. It's been so wonderful this entire lifetime up until this moment, and it's going to continue to be so wonderful up until your last breath. Love this body. On the count of 3, we're going to go back into our bodies. 1, 2, 3. You might start to wiggle your fingers and toes, move your legs just a tad, especially if you're standing on top of leaves. And slowly open your eyes. I do apologize, it was a little bit noisier than I expected in the evening time out in the middle of nowhere, but that's okay. I really like that meditation. I really like setting those things, those worries, those burdens down. And we get so caught up in these moments and things that come up during our day, and sometimes it seems like we can handle 1 or 2 of them, maybe 3 or 4, and then it keeps coming and coming and coming, and you need to set them down. And I don't feel like it's casting them aside. It's knowing, as you're integrating with your future self and you're listening to them and you're talking to them, it's feeling and knowing on a deeper level that it's going to be okay. It's, you just don't need, you're not in that moment of panic and worry. You can take that breath and just let it go. And so often I think we need to let it go and just surrender it to the universe. I remember reading that so many times and be like, what does this mean, surrender? I let it go. Somebody else take it. Take it. I don't want it. Just take it. And there's really a, you know, are you still checking on it every day and doing this and doing that? And I think there's a certain amount of, in our humanness and in our existence and in our world, we do have to do some things that we might not necessarily want to do. I might not want to have to make a phone call about insurance and, you know, follow up that somebody did their job right. But I can wait until the energy feels right to do that. And maybe sometimes that's when it's the, you know, end of the, when the pressure's on and I know that needs to be done. And maybe it's not. Maybe it's, I got the letter in the mail and I'm going to take care of that first thing in the morning. And I think you just need to listen to yourself and your inner guidance system. I've also started doing something where when I start my day, I'm saying, please just let me interact with all the good, wonderful people that can connect with me and understand me on a human level and will treat me as a person. I think a lot of times we interact with people and they're just doing their jobs and your job becomes redundant. Even a stay-at-home mom can be redundant. And we need to either choose to embrace and love each moment of the day or we don't. And so I really ask for Source to try to connect me to these other people who realize how important each person is in each moment. And I feel like doing this meditation, there's times during my day now where if I'm having a tough moment and I can get a couple minutes in where I can just kind of breathe into me, breathe into my space, and I start picking those things out, and then I connect to my future self and I connect to my higher self, and I'm saying, okay guys, I know this is going to be okay. Help me to feel that it's going to be okay. And I'll feel that. And that's enough to go, you know what, it is okay. And then I can say more, I don't want to say unemotionally, because that doesn't seem like the right word either, but more objectively. I think that's a better word. I can say more objectively, this is what I need to do next. And then I listen to that and does that sound right? Yeah, that sounds right. And I feel like I can connect and feel my gut energy on what I need to do next. If I'm having a disagreement with somebody, and sometimes I'll just take a minute and try to get into that and just go, okay, probably even 20 minutes from now, this is not going to be an important moment in my life. I'm probably not going to remember this argument, disagreement in a year, let alone 10. So how important is this? Can I get back into me? Can I get back into how I want to feel? And then from that place, go, is that what I meant? Is there a misunderstanding here? What's going on? I'm finding this meditation and the thought process of the meditation is helping me to stay centered and into me and into my flow better. There's a few times where, you know, your ego creeps up and all of a sudden you're going, oh, I'm angry and I'm upset about this and whatever. And it's really hard, really easy to fall back into those old habits of, oh, well, you know, I'm just going to let this play out, and I'm going to let it go all downhill, and all bets are off, and I'm going to have the biggest, loudest fight ever, and you're not going to step on my toes. And then I go, wait, why am I doing this? This isn't who I am. I'm not this person anymore. This person was shed a long time ago. Why am I doing this? No, I've made new pathways in my brain, and I don't want to fall down this road. What do I need to do? Okay. I need to get calm. I need to get centered. And I think there are moments where, you know, maybe you do need to get angry and upset. But I know for myself, it wasn't nearly as often as I thought. And I wasn't thinking about what was behind the emotion. And I'm definitely not thinking about the other person's perspective. I know even, particularly with my spouse, we think we have very different thought processes. And the way we would go about doing a project are two completely different things. It's actually quite funny. Like if we recently made a coat rack, and, you know, just a board with some hooks, and, you know, how would you go about, you know, placing them out? And I'm sitting there and I'm eyeballing all of them. And my husband's doing the math, and he's getting his, you know, ruler and all that. And that's, you know, it's two different ways. And it was interesting because when I was eyeballing it, I was pretty dead on to what his measurements ended up being. I wasn't perfect though. And, you know, and that's okay too. And so it was really interesting because we had a moment where it could have gotten really out of control. And instead, because we've both been working on this, and that's beautiful too, to be able to work on something with somebody. Although I have to say, I would think it would be easier being single and working on some of these things. And then when you're more settled, going, oh, I can have this other person that's worked on these things coming in. It's very interesting for two people to be working on these things simultaneously and struggling. And sometimes we really help each other, and sometimes it's very easy that this person's falling back into this old thought pattern or habit, and I'm gonna go right down there with them because we've done this together many times. But I have found this meditation and thinking about these things and setting them aside is finally helping me to just release things to the universe and saying, you know what, this is on you. I've kind of done everything I can. I've thought about it how I can. I've done what I can physically do, and the rest is up to you guys. That's hard. We're not taught as humans how to do that. We're taught to control and control and control, and make another phone call and check the app 5 more times and do this and do that and do that, and micromanage and micromanage and micromanage. And man, that doesn't feel good. That's not how I want to feel, at least. I don't know, maybe there's some people that really enjoy that, and if that's you, that's awesome. But I prefer being relaxed. I prefer being flow. I know that has slowed me down. I just don't want to rush. I don't want to rush anywhere. I want to get up and go and have to be somewhere. If we have to be at an appointment at like 8 in the morning, that means, you know, getting up at 5:30, and, you know, leaving by 7 at the latest, maybe 6:30, 6:45, depending on the distance, because traffic and things. Like, I don't want to rush like that. I'm making appointments at, you know, 10 or so now because I don't want to rush. When you feel yourself coming out of alignment, as soon as you realize that, in that moment, try to get yourself back to center. If this is how you do it, if you use this meditation or a shortened version of this meditation, or maybe even a longer version of this meditation. It's there for you. It's very easy. It'd be easy to put on your own music and just think your way through this meditation. And the crux of it is pulling these things out of you and either letting them go and releasing them, or knowing that they're going to be okay, because you're connecting with your future self, you're connecting with your higher self, and really you are all one person at the same time, which just is the diabolical time thing that we do not have time to talk about today. But time really doesn't exist. It's just a man-made concept, and there's a lot of science out there that kind of proves to that point, but I guess you could find any science probably to prove any point. So just make sure you're taking care of you, and make sure that you're feeling the way you want to feel. I can say I'm in one of the most stressful times in my life, and yet I am the happiest I have ever been in my life. And that is the biggest contradiction, and yet I think that goes to show all my own personal work and my ability to handle and just release things and know it's going to be okay. And know I'm taken care of. Even when things have seemed bad, hindsight proves that the universe was taking care of me. And so when I feel those moments, I go, okay, I don't know why this is happening, but I know I'm going to probably find out eventually. And even if I don't, that's okay. Well, it is getting dark. I would say the sun has set. And so I'm going to say good evening to you all. I know it's a little bit longer and a little bit more before and after talking. I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, whenever you're seeing this, whatever time it is. And until next time, have a great day.